Charlotte? Who's her friend, and what are they chatting about?
Be pleased with the cherry on top, Charlotte! Journalist extraordinaire! Please tell me you're joking! I read that a gang of criminals tricked the Gardamex by disguising themselves as blubber beasts. It's true, isn't it? It has to be! I've invested all my savings into graph adversarial technology and even taken out a sizable— I'm begging you like the beggiest beggar!
I need you to calm down a little, Miss Lapine, Pauline. I admire your passion for your research, and I don't mean to dash your hopes for those, but I'm afraid I'm not joking. The Blubber Beast incident was a short story mailed to us by an anonymous amateur author, written in the style of a true story.
It sounds like they're just discussing a story, but why does this Miss Lapine Pauline seem so distressed?
Funnily enough, I actually remember being in a meeting where the editing team was debating the potential risk of misleading the public with this story. They even went to Maison Gardiennage for advice. But to our surprise, they fully supported us printing it. They figured that the false intel would be a great way to dupe potential criminals into wearing ridiculous costumes when breaking the law. In truth, Gardamex are extremely sophisticated in their capabilities. They can identify criminals just as reliably as the best human guards, so a crude disguise isn't gonna get you far. If anything, it'll just make you stand out all the more. Since we ran that story, the Maison Gardiennage has made a slew of arrests, including, one phantom blubber beast, a titanic red-crowned finch, and a specter man. So I knew this story had helped out law enforcement, but this is the first time I'm learning of an innocent citizen being deceived by it. And investing so much more for nothing.
Uh-oh. She really sounds like she's in pain. Hey, Charlotte?
Traveler, Paimon, it's you! I was in the area taking some photos for a story when I got to talking to Miss Lapine. She read an article in the Steambird about a criminal who evaded Gardamex detection by disguising themselves as a blubber beast. Inspired by this story, she spent a lot of Mora researching counter-criminal image recognition technology. Her aim was to improve Fontaine's public security by developing a She was hoping I could write an article to spread awareness about image recognition technology. She even paid me for the article and gave me one of her prototype devices, but unfortunately, it was just a fictional story, and her efforts and aspirations were all in vain. I tried to let her down gently, but she's finding it all—
This is a new situation for us, too. It's such a pity. It seems like the author was only trying to make the story interesting, and the Maison Gardiennage only had Fontaine's best interest in mind.
Wait, Miss Lapine Pauline? What are you doing?
I'm gonna pick a fight with a Gardamex, head to the Opera at Biclez, and get a one-way ticket to the Fortress of Meropide. That way, I won't have to repay my debts. It's the only way I can—
Whoa! There's no need to go that far. I mean, come on. Look at you. You wouldn't even dent the Gardamex armor. In all likelihood, they'd only hold you up at the Maison Gardiennage for a few days before letting you out, and then you'd still have to repay your debts. Actually, instead of going into the technicalities of that, how much did you actually invest?
270,000 Mora.
Okay, well, escaping to the Fortress of Mirapede over a sum like that seems like a last resort. Surely there must be other options.
Not anymore. I used to be an equipment supplier to the Fontaine Research Institute before that blew to pieces, and now I'm just a small-time engineer. I scraped together some savings over the past few years, but I put every last Mora into this project, and now I'm left with nothing. It's not just my savings that are gone. It's my whole future as a graph adversarial technology specialist and my dreams of becoming a billionaire one day. My life is over.
Don't despair, Miss Lapine Pauline. I think I know a way for you to turn this around. This prototype you've given me, the camera lens for image recognition sample collection. It's really quite something. You said you designed it specifically for high-fidelity image capture and analysis, yes? The rapid focal length adjustment is a very useful function in its own right. It's sure to make many journalists' jobs much easier. In fact, I'd say it has the potential to revolutionize Fontaine's news media. So your research efforts thus far are by no means in vain. The technology you've developed may have many applications that you've never even considered.
Really?
Absolutely. I've been working as a journalist for the Steambird for a long time now. No one understands the issues we journalists face on a day-to-day basis better than me. So keep calm, take heart, and start thinking about mass production. In the meantime, I'll show your invention to all my colleagues to drum up interest in your product.
I can't believe it! If this is true, then I can look into setting up a whole camera lens development pipeline. My big-ticket orders and billionaire aspirations are still in the cards. Oh, maybe I should consider taking out another loan. That way, I can rapidly improve the lens production process, be the first to market, and prepare to battle for dominance in the camera industry.
Come on! Stop daydreaming about your pipelines for a minute. Just take it one step at a time and see how it goes. There's no sense in putting all your eggs in one basket before things are even off the ground.
And I can probably speak to some people I know and license my image recognition device to a workshop to raise some funds. I can't believe I didn't think of this sooner. There's no time to lose. I need to get to work. Early bird gets the worm.
Can you believe her? She just ran off. Paimon's pretty sure our advice went in one ear and out the other.
It's understandable. When inspiration and passion strike at the same time, it's all too easy to throw yourself headfirst into your work and forget about everyone around you. A lot of journalists are the same way when they're first starting out. But don't you worry. I'm gonna write an article on all this, and I'll be checking in on her regularly. Her research has the potential to benefit the entire journalistic community. I'll give her plenty of input to stop her from going down any rabbit holes, and make sure mass production of her lens can begin as soon as possible.
It's reassuring to know that you'll be looking out for her, Charlotte.
Actually, you know what? Why don't you two take this prototype lens? I'm sure you'll have plenty of chances to use it on your travels. It takes the right person to get the most out of a new technology. In your hands, it's sure to capture some amazing sights.
Thanks a lot, Charlotte. What a nice surprise. We were just curious about what you guys were talking about. Totally didn't expect to get a free gift out of it.
You're welcome. I got something out of this too. The beginnings of a very interesting news story. The boundaries between real news reports and news-like fiction must not be blurred, even when there's a compelling justification for doing so. Yes, that's how I'll phrase it to the editors when I give them my feedback. Let's hope we don't mislead any more well-meaning citizens in the future.
So hard to pick the perfect gift.
They have. In fact, I've already put in my order. They really are wonderful. I heard down the grapevine that Chioria Boutique just got some new fabrics in. They have. In fact, I've already put in my order. They really are.
Welcome to LeChaux's Clockwork Workshop. How can I help you?
Hello. I'd like to know if anyone has purchased some special components lately.
Special components? Sorry, could you be more specific?
I mean the kind of components that aren't typically used for clockwork toys, but for firearms.
Huh? For firearms? No, we don't sell those sort of things here.
Don't misunderstand. I'm not here to cause any trouble. We are merely investigating a case, and we're hoping that you could cooperate.
Well, to be completely honest, I'm not even sure what kind of components that would entail.
Has anyone ever purchased components here as an individual rather than on behalf of an organization?
We have a lot of customers who buy toys, but those who buy components are all regular customers who buy in bulk on behalf of their organization.
Is that so? I understand. Thank you for your cooperation.
You're welcome. It's the least I can do.
Oh, hey, Chevris. Run out of oil for your musket again?
Hello, Estelle. I want to know if anyone has come to your shop recently to order some firearm components.
Oh, is this another case? Let me think. I don't think so. Some people have requested that I make some prop guns for the FONTILANIA Film Festival, but I refused all of those requests.
Oh? Why's that?
Because there's no profit! I only make things here that can do some real heavy lifting. I don't have the energy to make some new molds just for the festival.
Then has anybody come specifically looking for mechanical components?
Well, I usually sell off my scrap to the Fleuve Cendre. I don't typically give them to one specific person.
I understand. Thanks for your cooperation.
Don't mention it. Always happy to have the Musketeers' patronage.
Seems like we haven't found any leads to go.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Huh? Are you sure? People might not be so thrilled to see the captain of the special patrol there.
You think so, huh? Then I guess you don't know
Huh? No.
that I grew up in Fleuve Cendre. I'd like to ask some questions.
I don't know anything.
Don't worry, I'm not here to arrest any.
You say that now?
It's the truth. Here, take this as my guarantee.
Wait, did Paimon just see what she thinks she saw? Is the captain of the special patrol bribing?
Seems you're different from the other guard. What do you want to know?
Have you heard anything related to muskets in Fleuve Cendre lately? Anything at—
Muskets, huh? All I know is that about 2 weeks ago, we started hearing some loud noises at night. So loud.
Were they gunshots?
Possibly. It's hard to tell around here. Someone's house collapsing, a pipe exploding somewhere. It's all the same. But the noises I'm talking about definitely
Do
happened.
you know where the noises were coming from?
I don't remember
Is it that you don't remember, or that you need to think about it some more?
You tell me.
Then please, think about it.
She's giving her even more Mora!
The noises came from the end of the Southern Waterway. I came out and had a look for myself when I wasn't sleeping well, but I didn't dare. That's all I know.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Thanks for the pâte de fruits.
No need to be surprised. I grew up here, remember? I know how to get people. Seems you catch on pretty— Now then, let's keep going.
I guess I'm finally on the right path.
It's been a while, Tetro.
Please, just get on with your request.
I want to know if you've heard anybody talking about muskets lately.
Information isn't free, you know.
I've heard that bandits have been extremely active in the countryside recently, and they've been affecting the delivery of goods to Poisson. I can allocate some more manpower to help out with that problem. What do you say?
You're still as helpful as ever. One of our men got drunk at dinner about a month ago and lost his gun. 3 days later, it turned up in the corner here.
What's weird about that? He just forgot where he put it, right?
This is Fleuve Cendre, my friend. Anything of value left in the tavern won't ever make it to the next day. But that gun turned out to be an exception. It didn't get any new wear and tear on it, and didn't even appear to have been fired. We were quite mystified as to what could have happened.
I suspect it came back because the weapon was already known to the guards.
You mean, a criminal was afraid the Marechaussee Phantom would use the shot marks to track them down? Maybe. But if that's the case, the culprit really took great care to avoid getting caught.
I didn't say anything about a criminal.
In Fleuve Cendre, knowing who was killed is as easy as knowing what clothes you're wearing today. It's the guy living in the east side, isn't it? I've never liked him. Every time he's here, he just orders a drink and sits there with a nasty look in his eyes.
So, who was the one who lost the gun in the first place?
Don't bother. Even if you ask, he wouldn't admit to owning a gun to some strangers. Not to mention the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
He's right.
I know you grew up here, Chevres. Even though you're on good terms with the Spina, you've still been gone too long. Not many people know you here now, and a lot of people don't like the Special Patrol.
I know.
So take my advice and don't show your face too much around here. It's for your own safety.
I'll come and go as I please. And I'm afraid I'll be appearing more often due to my work.
All right. Don't say I didn't warn you.
What's all this? Some broken planks and bare—
Yes, but have a closer look, Paimon. Even though somebody has purposefully tried to clean them up. These are obviously marks from In other words, someone was here trying to improve their shot. They were using the barrels and bottles for
Could it have been the kill?
Your guess is as good as mine. Although many people at Fleuve Cendre own guns, few hide the fact from others. And even fewer would go to such lengths to hide markings from practice shots. Anyway, let's go. Seems like that's all we'll be able to uncover for
Paimon feels like we managed to learn a lot more here than up on the—
Yes. Assuming that everything we found is indeed connected to our suspect, then their timeline was a month ago. Our suspect found a gun and took it home to disassemble it. Once he'd figured out its mechanic, in the following weeks, he used some parts to create his own makeshift musket and took it to the Fleuve Cendra for target practice. Then, a few days ago, he found his target and carried out the murder. Once the deed was done, he left a rainbow rose on the—
That all makes sense to Paimon, but we're still no closer to figuring out the—
The deceased was a resident of Fleuve Cendra. It's said that he was a poor, solitary man. Yeah, that's also something I'm trying to figure. If we are indeed following the novel, and there's a story behind the murder, then this murder should be an act of vengeance. But according to our investigation, the deceased didn't have any. He was no saint, but no one's heard of a rival who hated him enough to shoot him dead. Much less care to leave a rose on it. What message is the killer trying to convey? And to whom exactly? We've thoroughly investigated that possibility. He claims to have spent the whole day at the Opera House on the day of the murder, and the staff there have confirmed his account.
Okay, so he has no—
Not only that, he lacks a credible motive as well. He has a family of his own, and both of his parents are still alive. I've looked into his records. He was adopted at the age of 6, and all the proper procedures were followed. In the story, the mother of the 2 musketeers was murdered after the children turned 10. Of course, he could have changed the children's ages, but I don't want to assume anything without evidence. More importantly, I've also had a chat with him in person. He didn't seem like the kind of person who would pull the—
Then, what should we do now? We have all this new
Investigations take time. I didn't expect us to catch the culprit in just a single— How about this? Let's spend the next few days filming with the crew. We can continue the investigation once we're done with the film.
Wait, but weren't you saying Intel is like small, remote islands in the middle of the sea just a moment ago? Wouldn't you just miss them if you were to stop looking?
Ah, but the book had more than one reference to the islands, Paimon.
Oh? What else did it say?
As long as you spend enough time sailing through the fog, you'll eventually come across an island.
It's filming time again! Our schedule is jam-packed for the next couple of days, too. We've got so many different locations and sets to cover. Anyway, let's head out and meet up with the others.
Good work, everyone! We're looking to wrap with our 2 main ladies today. I can already smell our success.
What do you mean, looking to wrap? Oh, aren't you the expert now?
This upcoming scene is the 2 musketeers' final confrontation with the Baron. There will be quite a bit of action, but no choreography beyond what we've already rehearsed. Anyway, get ready. Lights, camera,
The view is beautiful tonight. It reminds me of that fateful night 10 years ago. And now that I've said it, I can even make out the faint fragrance of herbal tea in the air.
Enough, villain! It's time that you pay for the death of our mother!
My dear Iris, have you forgotten your manners? How can you speak like this to your...
I'd sooner swallow all of my teeth than call you father.
What did I expect? Seems the daughters have turned out to be just as obstinate as their foolish... In this world, Mora and she thought she could blackmail me using her children and force me to grant her recognition and concessions?
Mother never asked a single thing of you. All she wished was for us.
It was you who personally brewed the poison of prejudice and sent compared to that deadly poison. The 2 bullets that will soon pierce through your heart will be like sweet mercy!
And that's exactly why I said you're just as naive as her. Did you really? So let's see. What is stronger? Get them!
Tulip! There are too many of them!
It'll be okay. We'll cover each other, Iris. And Mother will be watching over us, too.
My apologies.
Stand down! Final warning! You've lost.
To think I'd
We are no children of yours.
Then tell me, you lost your mother and will soon kill your father as well?
We will gain our long-awaited... It's over.
So, where will you go now?
I'm not too sure, Iris. Maybe somewhere with lots of flowers? After all, Mother always did love going where the blossoms were. What about you?
I want to go visit Mother's grave.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Huh? Tulip, look!
What is it?
It's Mother's favorite. The rainbow rose. Look, it's blooming again.
Excellent! That was beyond mesmerizing. Even I didn't expect the scene to go so well. And we got it in a single take. All right, everyone. We've got a wrap for Tulip and Iris. Congratulations, Ayaka and Chevrolet!
Thank you. I didn't expect our parts to wrap so quickly. I wish I could savor the experience for just a bit longer.
Paimon totally understands. Paimon's not ready to say goodbye to the clapperboard either. Filming has really been... You were great too, Chevrolet. The way you said, long-awaited justice.
That is indeed my favorite line in the whole book. I still remember trying to act it out in my room.
Whoa, Paimon would have never guessed you're that...
Who doesn't like stories where the guilty are punished and justice prevails over evil? Don't forget, I'm the captain of...
Captain, I have something urgent to report.
Please excuse me, everyone. I'll be back in just a moment.
It's okay, don't worry about us.
Oh? Was she whisked away by work already? I was just...
It seemed like some urgent official... Then perhaps we should thank the stars that we were able to wrap both of your parts so quickly today. Switching around the filming schedule would have been Anyway, I actually came over to let everyone know that we're all done for today. And one last thing, Miss Ayaka. Your acting skills today were immaculate as always. Are you sure you won't consider—
Thank you for your kind words, Director Farina. Unfortunately, there are still many matters that I have to take care of back home at the Yashiro Nevertheless, I will make sure to treasure this incredible
Oh, that's a shame. But I understand.
I believe it's also about time for me to take my leave. But hopefully I'll see you on set over the next few days. See you tomorrow, Traveler and Paimon.
Yep, see you tomorrow! Well, what should we do next? Maybe we'll go investigate the case some—
Traveler, Paimon, please come with me.
Huh?
You could say that our ship has finally chanced upon one of those—
Another test subject.
Steady as stone.
Picked the wrong test subject. Suffocate!
Someone needs assistance.
blade! Freeze! Oh, so sorry.
The hunter. Frog!
I must leave no
I got careless. Another test subject.
Disappear!
Suffocate!
Wind blade!
Picked the wrong test subject.
Wow, these will come in handy. I'll race you there. Paimon's exhausted.
Paimon definitely... So, Chevrolet, why did you take us here?
Affirmative. It wasn't anything conclusive, but it should show us a clear... Have you ever heard of someone by the name of Emily?
Oh, you mean that famous perfumer?
She's a good friend of mine. She's lent me her aid several times in the past after I discovered the rainbow rose at the scene of the murder. I sent it to her. After all, she's probably the
And then?
There was nothing remarkable about the flower or the trace amounts of soil, but according to Emily, the rainbow rose left by the killer was derived from a very rare
Huh. Paimon didn't know that there were different varieties of rainbow rose. Paimon just thought they grew every...
Flowers that are deliberately cultivated will always show some different features from those that bloom in the... We already knew that the rose left at the scene belonged to a special cultivar, but with Emily's expertise, we were able to pinpoint the place where it was first picked from.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. So whoever first planted that rainbow rose was probably the killer.
Precisely. And after we checked what we learned against some sales records from the past, we discovered that there's only one person in all of Fontaine who could grow and sell this specific
Really? And who...
It's the novelist.
But didn't you say he had an alibi?
To be clear, I haven't changed my mind about him. I still don't think he was the one who pulled the trigger. However, that doesn't mean the true culprit never visited him at his home or never purchased a rainbow rose from his garden. Whatever the case, we will have to confirm a number of things with him.
So you mean the next place we need to go is...
Yes, we're going to pay him a visit at his home.
I won't let you down. Get ready for the gliding champion of Mondstadt. Get ready for the gliding champion of Mondstadt.
a chest is like unwrapping a gift. I'll race you there. Get ready for the gliding champion of Mondstadt.
Cool it! Dodge this! What's the...
That should be his house.
There are so many Gardamex stationed around the place. That's pretty unusual, right?
According to what he told me last time we spoke, he hired them so he won't be harassed or disturbed.
Huh. So there are a lot of flowers in his garden, but Paimon doesn't think we'll be able to pick one without alerting the Gardamex.
Right. Which is exactly why I think there has to be a special connection between him and the killer.
So, should we knock?
Just wait here for now. I'd like to take care of a number of those Gardamex first.
But they're so far away. How are you planning to do that?
Don't forget, Paimon. I'm actually the real-life captain of the Musketeers. All clear. Let's go.
Wait! Paimon's a little nervous now that we know he...
I'll go knock on the door and make sure it's safe inside. Once we're sure that we're in the clear, I'll ask him to come with us for a quick round of
But can't we just...
We still have no evidence that he's the killer, or that he lent the killer any... Still, it would be appreciated if you could pick a rainbow rose from his garden for me while I'm talking to him. It'll help the Marashose Phantom
Sure, no problem.
Excuse me, Mr. Baptiste, are you home?
Who could it be at this hour? Oh, it's you.
Would you mind accompanying me to the guard's headquarters, Mr. Baptiste? We would like to—
Oh, is it still regarding the murder case from before?
I cannot confirm or deny that at this—
So it is then.
Listen, I need you to come with me, Miss—
Miss Chavras, I'll save you the trouble. Oh, and you two over there? There's no need for you to pick my flowers either. It's not time for them to bloom yet.
Oh! Okay.
By saving me the trouble, you mean—
I will confess, I was the killer.
Huh?
He just—
Please relax, everyone. I'm not armed. The musket you—
Then it's my responsibility to inform you, Mr. Baptiste, that everything you say right now—
Yes,
I must say.
Oh? Is it because I confessed?
Both, I suppose.
For the same reason as the one I wrote out in my novel, of course. I know you haven't figured out the link between the two of us. Had you done so, I'd have been taken away to the headquarters but that won't stop me from always remembering his grotesque face.
Your mother is still healthy and well.
You know, I was adopted as a child. I was referring to my birth mother.
That was never recorded in the orphan—
Please forgive a 6-year-old child for concocting some lies to protect himself after watching his mother die right—
So, your novel—
No, of course not. It was a work of— But I am indeed the illegitimate son of a wealthy and influential man who abused his power to murder my mother.
But the man you killed didn't have a mora to his—
He was a hired assassin. An irredeemable beast who sank his fangs into a defenseless woman.
But if that's really the truth, you wouldn't be telling us any of this now. You still haven't managed to take revenge against your—
I never thought I'd hear that kind of thing from the captain.
I'm simply skeptical about your motive.
It's simple, really. I've grown tired of everything. You may have considered me too soft to pull the trigger.
So you're going to call a stop to your revenge, just like—
The true mastermind is too rich and too powerful for me.
And so what? The characters in—
Now, Officer Chavras, I'm the one who has killed a man, aren't I?
What's your father's name? How do you plan to—
Well, I'd like to—
Sure. Why don't we speak privately at the—
No, it has to be here.
Fine.
When I said won't be overheard, I would like to speak with you and you alone.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Please stay safe.
All right. Let's hear it.
Will you really believe what I'm about to—
Well, that depends on what—
Fair enough.
So that's how it's all connected.
So,
Do you want me to go public with it?
no, of course not.
Then why did you bother telling—
You've read my work. Even if you were to go public with all of this, right? It's been too long. Almost 20 years. Anything that could be used as evidence has long faded away. Even if there might have been a solitary island of truth once upon a time, it has long sunk beneath the waves by now. Justice will never find him.
Not if you don't try.
I know that as the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, you will always stand on the side of justice. But do you really think a cushy life in prison really constitutes justice for him? I bet he could lead an extreme—
What are you trying to say?
I've been observing you from a distance. You'll pull the trigger of justice against him.
You want me to let you go, so you may complete—
No, Officer Chavras. No. What I'd like—
Oh, Shiva sure is taking her time. Oh, Paimon's worried. What if he decided to attack her? Oh, you do have a point. Still, do you have any idea who the rich person might be? And why the novelist—
Sorry to keep you waiting, you two.
Hey, how did your talk go?
I've already sent someone to escort Baptiste back to the headquarters for questioning. He wasn't lying about the musket. It was—
But what about the name? Did he tell you the name of the—
Yes, he did. But for now, I have to return to the Special Patrol. There are still... I'll probably be quite busy over the next few days, so apologies if you don't see me.
All right, Paimon understands if you can't tell us everything you know. We'll just keep an eye on the Steambird then.
Actually, there's still something else I need your help with.
Seems all the other knights already have their hands full. I didn't know you were such a slacker.
We haven't seen Chevra since that night at Baptiste's place. Well, guess there's no point in worrying about it now. Let's go join up with the others.
one. Good morning! Hayaka and I were just talking about you.
Is Chevra still not?
Probably not. We haven't seen her either.
Huh? That's such a pity. Director Farina said that we've only got a few small scenes left before wrapping up the entire... She even said that she'll get me into a couple scenes, so everyone will have a chance to shine and...
We were also planning on having a victory feast once we're all finished filming. You can join.
If only Chevros was here. I still haven't...
I'm afraid that can't be helped. Those special patrol folks are like... But to be honest, I'm even more concerned by what I read in the Steambird earlier this morning. It said that the killer and the...
Oh yeah, I heard about that too. He came forward and confessed his crimes, but gave no explanation as to why he pulled... We didn't know about this case at all when we joined the film. Is it going to affect...
From a pure publicity standpoint, this will draw a lot more attention to our film. I have to say, though, that
To be fair, I feel like that ship sailed the moment you allowed yourself to be named as the director of...
It's not my fault that I'm super popular. What was that saying again? My popularity has,
Sunk to an all-time low?
spread to the four corners of Teyvat.
Excuse me, everyone.
Xavier! Feels like it's...
I've been talking non-stop with the Film Association, and I'm absolutely swamped trying to coordinate the film's marketing. So...
Oh, seems like you've been fighting...
Yes, that's... Oh, and before we begin the final round of filming, please, the original investor of our film, Mr. Morris.
A pleasure to meet you.
Yes. Glad to make your acquaintance, Mr. Morris. We've heard about the issues you've encountered with your financial...
Oh, well, the situation...
Don't worry, Mr. Morris. Accidents and last-minute challenges happen all the time. The good news is that we're almost done filming now. And...
Is that so?
All right, now that we've gotten all the pleasantry, we'll mostly be filming typical people and scenery from the streets today to improve the sense of environment. Oh, and there'll be a cameo for Mr. Kamisato and Miss Yoimiya as well. They'll be used to show outsider perspective.
That's right. Ayato should be here any minute.
Excellent! Then let's start with the scenery shots.
Yep, we'll be ready.
Remember, all we need are some wide zoom shots of the streets. If you happen to find some particularly lovely patches of flat... Ready? Lights! Camera! Action! Okay, now move the camera slowly. Try to focus on that flat... What's wrong? Just adjust the focal length a bit. Something the matter? Huh? But wasn't it working? Veronique, can we try a different camera?
No problem. How about this one?
All right, let's give it another try. Lights! Camera! Action! Don't tell me. Veronique, do we have any other spare... What? Then go find a workshop to get them repaired right away! Oh, and you too, Bono! Go find...
On it.
Greetings, everyone. My apologies for the delay.
It seems like there are some issues with the filming equipment today.
I see.
Well, let's not just stand here twiddling our thumbs. Actors, to the makeup...
The people at the workshop told me that the part which holds the lens in place seemed to have fallen off.
Well, no time to dwell on that now. Ahem! Quiet on set! Places, everyone!
By the way, have Have you heard about that recent murder case?
Yes, I have.
I heard that the chief of the guards is so mad about—
Oh? I find that quite hard to—
Director, we have a problem.
Oh, we're in the middle of a take!
No, Director, our film, all the finalized film that we've been keeping in the cake.
Oh, wait, what did you—
Mr. Bono, please take me to where the film was.
I'm coming too!
No, Yoimiya, you have— Oh, okay, listen up. Everyone who's not working on this current scene— Unbelievable. How—
We're back.
How did it go? Did you—
We found it in the sewer.
Huh? In the—
We discovered it just in time, so we should still be able to salvage it. The other—
You scared me. I really don't want to Okay, but who could have stolen— Could it be— But if they wanted to harass— Okay, we don't have time to really look into— Yeah, let's finish— I would like to officially announce that our entry to the festival, The Two Musketeers, has now concluded filming. Paimon. Even though the filming process proved to be extremely—
And just like Director Farina, I would also like to extend my most heartfelt thanks to all—
All right, let's save the awards speech for later. Anyway, now it's time to party! Let's all make our way to the beach and have a— Party! Paimon wants to party! Whoa, this place is hopping. Everyone's finally getting to relax after wrapping up the film. Let's go chat with someone. Farina! Oh, my darling clapper loader and camera operator. Paimon thinks you worked even harder than us. Honestly, worst of all, Paimon started having dreams of you shouting, "Lights, camera, action!" into— hey, if anything, shouldn't I be more grand and— That's not Paimon's fault. Anyway, what's most important is that we wrapped the— Hey, no need— Wait, now that you mention it, if we did win the prize, would Farina— come on, I don't need that kind of attention. But just imagine! Farina, except— I'm going back— Going?
Everything went rather smoothly. Thank—
Ayato told me that we've already confirmed the dates for some Inazuma Fontaine culture, so the next time we visit, we'll be doing so in our capacity.
Oh, that's great! Then maybe Paimon will be able— Oh, wait. Wouldn't Yai Miko get upset if that happens? That would be stealing some of her business. You've got a point. She's always complaining that light novels have become—
The cultural exchange won't only feature literatures of both nations, of course. We have also made plans for cross-cultural engagements in the fields of gourmet cuisine.
Wow, Paimon's—
When the time comes, be sure to visit and participate in all the events.
Chiori!
Hey, you two.
Are you not really into these kinds—
Not particularly. But this is...
But if this film becomes a big hit, people will definitely—
Yes, that's highly likely. As long as the film can...
Are you still worried about the cake?
That and all the obstacles we had to...
You're right.
But why today of all days? No. No, it's nothing.
How are you doing, Mr. Morris? You having a...
Well, you could say that.
Judging by how much fun everyone's having, is there something that you still have to...
Oh, well, I'm just not a late...
Oh, no! Silly.
Oh, what is it?
I prepared a whole batch of fireworks for the party.
Fireworks, you say?
Could you help me carry them over, Mr. Morris?
Me?
I just wanted to make this pretty, please, Mr. Morris. These are so...
But...
It's okay, just come with me. The warehouse is right over here. I moved the fireworks there in advance, so it shouldn't be too much work bringing them back.
It's still a ways away from the party.
Sorry about that, Mr. Morris. It's dark in here. Wait here, Mr. Morris. I think the light switch should be somewhere over here.
Why did I have to get roped into this? What was that? Who's there? Get me out! Get me out of here!
Did you really think you'd get away, Morris?
You've got the wrong guy. It wasn't me. I'm not the killer.
You know, Eliza died a far more heroic death than this. She fought your assassin to the end, to save the children she had hidden beneath the floorboards. That is Eliza's pendant. The one with a photo of you two inside. The one you gave her. Ring any bells?
It's a fake! It has to be! There's no way!
No way your assassin didn't destroy it, you mean? Did you ever love her, Morris? Or was killing her always the plan?
No, please. Listen to me. I told Eliza to keep us a secret. I paid her plenty for her silence. I never thought she'd keep the child. Everything was gonna come out, and I had no choice. She forced my hand. No! I'm begging you. I have money. Just name your price, please.
You can keep your Mora, and you can go to hell. I'm Captain Shovraz of the Special Patrol. Morris, you're under arrest for Eliza's murder.
Huh?
Hmm? You're under arrest too, prop manager Veronique. Or perhaps I should call you the Second Musketeer.
Wait, what's going on? This wasn't in the script.
Drop the gun, Veronique.
Why? Why would you keep me from exacting revenge on this heart?
Drop your weapon. This is my
What is...
Do I have to spell it out for you, Morris? Everything that took, but this last part is all improv, of course.
Shivers, you told us you wanted us to help you stage a play. You never said—
It's because even I had no way to confirm my theory. Thank you for your performance, Yoimiya. Could I trouble you to go and bring in the other Special Patrol members? Oh, and please tell the other cast members not to worry about us.
On it.
So what do you think, Morris? Care to talk about— My patience is limited, you know, with the recording we made. You have no chance of winning in court.
All right. I'll talk. I hired an assassin. She once worked as a maid on my family's estate. We kept our relationship a secret and carried out an affair for some time, but And if my parents ever found out, they would have stripped me of my inheritance. I also didn't expect Elisa to insist on bringing the pregnancy to term. She even asked me to leave my family and travel.
She believed that you were truly in love.
I didn't have a choice. I gave her a large sum of mora, told her to leave the family and to get rid of the baby. But then years later, she sent me a letter. There were photos of 2 children, and she even asked...
Huh? 2 children?
Even if she had the children against your will, you could have just ignored the letter entirely.
I had just gotten engaged to be married to an heiress from another wealthy family. So if anyone were to find out...
No. You always had a choice.
Do you know how it feels to watch your mother be killed? My brother and I were hardly even school age yet. We were hidden beneath the floorboards. All we could do was to watch Mother try to fight back, and then collapse to the floor. Even after the assassin left, we were still too terrified to leave our hiding spot. We thought that he might come back. But she had already become cold and stiff to the touch.
You made up your mind right then and there to bring this case to light.
Not only that, we resolved to get our revenge.
And that's why you became the musketeer?
No, that's why I became a musketeer. The man from before...
I figured as much.
You...
I once told these two that he didn't look like a killer to me. His confession from that night... I think what really tipped me off was, how could I not feel a sense of...
Huh?
He confessed faster than any criminal I've ever met. But he didn't say a single word about you. But after the questioning ended, I disassembled the musket we dug up from his backyard. Put it in front of him. He had no idea where to even start. Based on that, I determined that he was not acting alone. He only surrendered himself to draw our attention and create a moment of... And as expected, the second musketeer followed us without hesitation. Besides, why else would he call the novel The Two...
But how did you know it was Veronique?
I figured it out the moment Baptiste told me his father's name. That so-called financial crisis was all just a ruse. He just wanted to sign up as the investor and then leave the film without any source of funding. After all, he has a vested interest in minimizing the reach of this story. It's really just the same thing as what he did to Elisa all those...
Human scum.
But then Xavier pulled out all the stops and got the film made against all odds. Morris couldn't have that. With the killer in custody, he figured it was safe to act. And...
Wait, so you were behind all those mishaps today?
As for the identity of the second musketeer, I assumed they'd probably stay close to Morris and look... And if they already knew that Morris was the film's investor, then... Furthermore, being the props manager would allow the culprit to avoid scrutiny by purchasing mechanical parts. With that hypothesis in mind, I went back to check Baptiste's orphanage adoption records. Guess whose name I saw?
My brother.
As in, he trusted me to perform the deed on his...
He trusted you to stand on the side of...
I am.
I thought you could do it as well. You know what he has done. I will never...
I won't lie, Veronique. I did hesitate when your brother first told... I wondered. I agonized.
So why don't...
Because that should never be how justice is carried. Perhaps, to you, justice is simply reciprocal, but everyone has their own understanding of... Today, you'll kill Morris. And tomorrow, the world cannot render judgments based on a desire for revenge. That will... Fontaine is founded on a set of law, but with all that said, I will promise...
Chevreuse, the rest of the special patrol is here.
Thank you so much, Yoimiya. Letelier.
I still can't agree with your reasoning.
I know.
Justice has not been delivered. At least, not today.
Chevreuse.
Let's go. We should give an explanation to the crew. Thank you for your concern. I'm just thinking about the things in life that have...
Who would have thought Morris would turn out to be...
I'm just glad that you're all safe and sound.
Well, what should we do now?
What do you mean? Shouldn't you be even...
Chiori is right. I'd also like...
But the real ending of the story seems to have deviated somewhat from the one in the script.
The call is yours.
No, it's fine as is. Romanticism is what gives works of art their appeal. Just like the real world, the world of stories also has its own set of rules and justice. These different possibilities are what initially...
Sounds good to me.
What about Veronique?
She will soon face her judgment alongside her brother and Morris, if I had to guess. They'll probably all be sent to the fortress of Meripede.
Oh, you mean that kind?
Exactly.
Ahem. All right. Then let's get back to the feast and enjoy each other's company. You should join us, Chevres.
All right.
Then I'll wait for you over there.
Traveler, Paimon, could you wait for me by the sea after the party ends? I'd like to go on a brief walk with the two of... Thank you very... Sorry for the wait.
Oh, we weren't waiting long at all.
No, I don't have anything new to share. I just felt that since you, Traveler, how would you have responded to Baptiste's request if you... When I was young, my father often took me here to swim. We'd come... He told me that swimming was the best activity to train one's strength of will. You could never give up before reaching...
Oh?
Because the moment you give up would be the moment you die. One winter, the chilly wind felt almost like knives on my skin. And the sea... I cried and begged my father to spare me from having to swim across, but he wouldn't listen. He used to be a member of the Special Patrol as well.
That sounds awful.
When he saw that I wouldn't stop crying, he just picked me up and tossed the bone-chilling cold, took away my senses. I waited for my father to save me, but one look and I knew he'd already started swimming for the opposite shore. I realized that if I were to give up, I used all of my strength to try and catch up to my father. I've never felt afraid about anything in my life after that.
That way of teaching would have never worked on Paimon.
Yeah, I don't think that was the right method for it. It's just that, working now as I am in the pursuit of justice, I still sometimes feel like I've been tossed into that winter sea all over again. The anger.
Chevres.
But the worse I feel, the more I know to never give up. Anyway, how about a race? Neither of us will drown, but we can still see who swims fast.
You guys go ahead! Paimon will grab the clapper.
Oh, that felt good.
You were so fast in the water, Chevres. You were, so, about the
Partly, but I'd say I was more inspired.
Oh, so it's due to your love.
Of course, it was only after I joined the Come on, let's walk a bit. To be honest, I do sometimes question whether the decisions I make are the right ones. But I know that no matter what, I must keep swimming. Because the only thing I've got my eyes on is the shore in the distance. Thank you for coming on this walk with me. I feel a lot better.
Huh. We're nearly back at Baptiste's house.
Huh. You're right.
He really did plant a lot of flowers.
Huh? Wait. The rainbow roses in the garden. They're in...
Steady as stone.
Hey there, you two! Sorry I've been scarce. I've been buried in marketing and...
The award ceremony is today, right? Paimon wonders...
I'd give it a 90% chance.
Farina! Oh, Paimon didn't know you were already here.
I'm sure the others will also be here in no time.
What? But we don't even know if we're going to win.
Just open your eyes! You've also had conversations with the Opera House's operating staff, right? With the mora you've made from the box office, you can now open your very...
But that's all credit to my amazing crew. You've all helped to make this...
Well, give it some thought. I'm sure the crew will respect your...
All right, but before that, Traveler and Paimon, could I trouble you to quickly pay a visit to the fortress?
Huh? But shouldn't we stay for the...
I wanted to ask you two to invite Shovraz to join us at the ceremony. I haven't been able to find her recently, so I haven't... According to the papers, the culprits of the Musket murder case will be personally escorted today by the captain of the...
Oh, Paimon gets it now. Yep, just wait here, Xavier, and maybe try to come...
All right, then I'll leave...
I'll catch up. Someone needs assistance. I'll catch up. Dusty. Best give it a spring cleaning. Someone needs assistance.
knights.
I'll never get my hands on all this.
Bet you can't keep up with me!
I must leave no stone unturned.
Is this an answer from this world?
This is as far as I'll be taking them. I'll leave the three of them to you now.
Got another errand to run?
Something like that. I'm expected.
Now that's something you don't hear every day. Found a new pastime?
No, it's just a special
Shavras! Risley!
Festivals really do bring people together. It's been a while since I last had so many—
Call it the festival spirit?
Yeah, you could say that. Even our head nurse has gotten herself all worked up preparing super deluxe nutritious shakes.
Were you talking about work just now?
We've already finished discussing everything.
I believe I haven't yet made any promise.
But you also didn't shoot me down. Here, how about this? You could give everyone a copy of the newspaper. Perhaps on the day when the cover story happens to, oh, I don't know, expose a certain someone's misdeeds from 20...
I suppose then a certain someone may soon find himself the most unlucky person in the Fortress of Meripede?
While another two people will soon be hailed as heroes.
Speaking of heroes, did you two need something?
You're here to invite me to the party, right?
Ooh, then let's head back right away! See you, Risley! Happy FONTILANIA!
And the same to you.
And the winner of the Farina Award for the first FONTILANIA, the Two Musketeers!
We won! We really won!
Congratulations, Mr. Xavier.
We won? I can't believe it!
See? My takes on
Now, please welcome to the stage the producer of the...
Thank you. Thank you all so much.
Time really flies, huh?
It certainly feels that way. It feels...
Will you come back to Fontaine again?
Of course. I'm very fond of this, but how about you?
I can't say the thought has crossed my mind before, but...
I will be eagerly awaiting your visit. It would be
Yeah, let's keep in touch.
Did you accomplish all you came here for?
Yes. And you should visit Ina's...
How has Ogura and her business been?
To my knowledge, she's doing quite...
Tell her I said hi.
I certainly will.
I heard the thunderstorm has stopped.
Yes, and the war has also been brought to an end. Peace and...
I quite like the sound of that. Perfect.
I'd like to offer my thanks again to the entire cast and crew. With the support of my entire crew, I would like to officially announce our film company, Musketeer Pictures!
Woohoo! That is a really...
Then in that case, let's please welcome all the members of Musket...
Oh, Paimon didn't know we'd also be taking pictures.
Director Farina, I believe you are the most...
Huh? No.
It's an honor the director deserves.
Yes, I agree.
Just accept that you're not getting out of this. Ready, everyone? 3, 2, 1...
Musketeer Picture!
Steady as stone.
Windblade!
I missed a spot. I must leave no stone on.
Freeze! Don't get frostbite.
Leave it all to me.
Another
Disappear!
I got Fury!
another test subject. With the wind!
It doesn't hurt.
Cut across!
Should replace my hammer.
Disappear! Dodge this! This moment will be frozen in Windblade!
Ad Astra Abyssos. Thank you for completing. Ad Astra Ab.